I get it, you lost the 50-50. Or maybe there's a new character that you want and you don't have enough Primogems. Or maybe you just want a C6 Clee. Whatever your prerogative is, I know for a fact that this video is for you. Since the creation of my channel, I have slowly learned the secrets to farming Primogems, so much so that I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. In a previous video, I earned 10,000 Primogems in 1 week. To some, that's a pretty good milestone. But today, we're gonna earn even more than that and in a shorter amount of time. I've learned many things throughout this process, so much more than the previous iteration, so let's call this the 2025 unpatched free membership no virus successor to my previous video. Oh, and just a quick heads up, this isn't going to be any sort of fun whatsoever. Before we get started, if you could do me a favor and please subscribe. I put a shit ton of effort into this one, so it would be super appreciated. But anyway, let's just start off with the premises and rules of this video. The only way we can get Primogems is any means possible except using the credit card. Stuff like quests, character story quests, achievements, exploration, you get the deal. For anyone that has watched the previous video, I know I sound like an Alzheimer's patient, but this is just to cover the first time viewers. If this is your first time seeing my channel, then you guys are lucky. Like last video, I was just going in blind, especially for exploration. You could have said I was impersonating Helen Keller in that video and you would have been somewhat right. But anyway, I'm gonna cover what I changed to make it more efficient later in this video. Because now I have something Helen Keller doesn't have. Vision. What am I writing in this script? But anyway, I'm gonna leave exploration to actually the end of the video, mainly because I don't like it. But also, it's the biggest task out of everything that we can do to get Primogems. So let's just get the small stuff out of the way first so we don't have to worry about it. But other than that, I think we actually covered everything. Now before we get started into day 1, I just want to let you know that I started with basically 16 Primogems. Anyways, let's just get started. On day 1, I prioritized the Archon story quest and the character story quest. Since I am caught up, I only had to do a small chapter that finalized the entire story. Couple things to note. First of all, I love the story. I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'm going to show you this level 100 glaze that you get after completing the reward. Like, come on, calm down. Secondly, which is more important, is that you get a 500 Primogem bonus on top of the rewards you get for completing the story early. But this adds a huge chunk to our pool. Completing the Archon quest also gives us a roll, which let's count as 160 Primogems, because why not? After that, I moved on to character story quest. Now, just like Archon quest, at the time, Mizuki also had a bonus for completing it pretty early, so that's exactly what I did first. I also had 6 other character story quests to do. Each one took around 1 hour, and that's like if you're sifting through it. That's pretty much what I did for the rest of the day. With all the character story quests done, I ended day 1 with a pretty good margin. For the Archon quest, that took around 2.5 hours to do, and I got around 700 Primogems plus 1 wish, so total equals 860 Primogems. From the 7 character story quests, I got 420 Primogems, so 520 from that if you include the Mizuki bonus. This isn't really that much if you think about it, but for a first day, and just as a warm-up, it's actually a pretty good start. We still have so many more ways of getting Primogems later on. Anyway, let's go on to day 2. So let's get started on day 2, and for that, we just did the Lantern Rite event first. When I started this challenge, it was near the Lantern Rite event, so I was able to have all the events unlocked and ready to do. And that was really easy. That was like an easy 1600 Primogems just from this entire event. So since that didn't take long at all, we still have the rest of the day to make something happen. So I thought it would be a good idea to just go to my quest list and complete whatever is there. Now, most of these just included random world quests that I haven't done because I was lazy, but these actually bring a lot more benefits than just Primogems. I don't know how I didn't realize this, but these world quests actually give you a lot more access to your world. For example, look at this Fontaine one. I removed the lung cancer from this river. Now I can swim in this river without getting any damage, and this is a really common place to pick up materials, so it helps out a lot. Or look at this example where this place is no longer Chernobyl 2.0 after I did the world quest. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, I learned that, sometimes it's not just about the Primogems. Seeing the world like physically change in the game because of a quest you did has its own satisfaction in its own right. But anyway, that's pretty much it for what I did on day 2. Just the Lantern Rite event and some world quests. The Lantern Rite gave me 1600 Primogems, and that only took 2.5 hours to do. The world quest and some other random quests like exploration and stuff gave me around 1400 Primogems, and that took me around 7 to 8 hours to do. Wow, that physically hurts to say. I spent my entire day playing this fucking game. Well anyway, it's too late to stop now. If you haven't already and you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe as it really helps a lot. Anyway, let's go to days 3 and 4. When we're looking to the next couple days, day 3 and 4, I just thought that we should just combine them together because it is sort of connected. On day 3, we were able to play the bathhouse event, you know, the Gooner fucking event. And you might be wondering, how are we getting these events back to back? Well, I totally didn't just specifically choose this time period to farm Primogems, where I'll have 2 events happening in a 1-week frame. Who cares anyway, because events happen all the time. And you know, this video isn't going to be out until 6.0, so even why bother mentioning? So back to the ISO bathhouse event. This was low-key one of the standout events that we had in a while. I can't really explain why, just the vibes. Obviously, with the way the event stages are, they are being released periodically, so we can't get all the Primogems at once. We have to wait a little bit before we can claim all of them. I'm pretty sure in the first 2 days, you can do most of it and finish the story of the event, so that's why I decided to put days 3 and 4 together. Other than that event, in days 3 and 4, we just did the usual world quest and exploring, which again, took like 12 hours total for the 2 days. If there's a will, there's a way, and the proof is in the pudding. On days 3 and 4, we made a whopping 4,200 Primogems. Hell yeah. We're going to do a NVIDIA and just make a totally inflated graph to make it look like I'm making crazy progress. Oh yeah, the graphics are looking really good now. Look at this crazy progress. So that's all well and good by now. We have amassed almost 9,000 Primogems at this point. The Primogem train is building momentum, so let's keep going. On day 5, there's not much to add since we are just doing some good old simple exploration. Now this is part of the video that'll probably differ the most from the predecessor, because I actually have some really useful tips this time. This will help most for people who are averse to exploring efficiently. I was able to learn this over the past 2 videos I made where I 100%ed both Liyue and Inazuma. Basically, you just have to use the interactive map. It's literally just giving you wall hacks on every single chest, and it also gives you the location of every single oculi in the region, which again saves a lot of time. Compared to my previous video where I was literally just going across the entire map with no direction, you can see why I compared my method to one of Helen Keller. So yeah guys, use this interactive map. It will save you a bunch of time. And for another recommendation, use the best team that gets you around the place quicker. This is my team, for example. It's a good balance between DPS for where I need to kill enemies, and it's also really good for movement when I just need to pull a Foon and get to places quicker. And again, just to reiterate from my previous video, exploring gives you a chain effect of Primogems. On top of chests, you can upgrade your statue and upgrade the shrine using the sigils you get from exploring, which again give additional Primogems and world benefits. That's pretty much it though. There's nothing much else to add, so we can just go straight to the total. On day 5 to 6, we got a total of 2,300 Primogems. And again, this is including the bonuses from ongoing events, daily commissions, all that jazz. So basically within a week, we amassed 12,000 Primogems. What a hoot. Now it looks like it's only marginally better than my previous video, but in terms of time I spent actually getting to this point, I'm pretty sure I played like 10 hours less than the last video, and I made more than 2k more Primogems, so that's a win in my book. And to recap everything, play the events, do your world quests, and use the interactive map. And now to actually reap our rewards. I'm going to roll for a character that I've been looking at for some time. Goro. For the OG Bottom Blue fans, the 6 of you, wow 6, that's as many Chikorito fans there are. Anyway, for context, I am AR60, have been for like more than 2 years, and I still don't have fucking Goro. There's an old video of mine back when I first started this channel of me crashing out over this fact, but now that changes. This is a pivotal moment in my account. Let's go! And looking back, man, I only had like 100 subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, have you subscribed yet? I highly encourage you to subscribe because I put so much effort into this one. And I know it's been like months since my last video, but that's because I was on holiday. And now things are going to be back on track. Bottom Blue, it's going to be a household name in the Genshin community. Anyway, that's enough delusion for me. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time.